Hello, this is Jack, back with another review. Today we're going to be talking about a book called A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I'm apologizing to everyone for my pronunciation. I'm not very good with pronunciations, but yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. But either way, she's a LA-born writer who grew up and was raised in Hawaii. She's a very successful writer. She's gotten awards. And she was shortlisted for the Booker Prize for her novel A Little Life, which I'm going to be reviewing. And then she's also written other books such as To Paradise and The People in the Trees. But let's talk about this novel. I'm gonna be really just off the bat. I did not like this novel. This review is gonna be pretty quick, I think, because like I don't want to. I just want to give sort of like my thoughts on it because I've been updating people on both Twitter and YouTube posts about how I've been struggling to read this novel because I found this novel to be incredibly boring. But what I want to say is that, like, yeah, I did not enjoy this novel, just from the get-go. But I'll talk about first what I did like, just to sort of not be, like, too much of a cynic. But I thought the prose was pretty good for the first half. I thought, like, I was enjoying sort of like the settings and like what things were building up to and what they were leading to, and giving like sort of like these these characters depth and, you know, stuff like that, and like a various of different types of people going through different types of struggles. Like one's a struggling artist, one's a lawyer, I think one's a doctor, and then the other one, I don't know, like there's just centers around a group of friends and the relationships that intertwine with them, and etc. etc. I used to see this book a lot in Target as well, and that's what made me want to read it, because I was like, I've seen people talk about this book. This is like everyone's favorite book. People have been recommending it to me for years. People were like, yeah, this is one of the best books ever written, and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay. And it was like a Booker Prize finalist, and I was like, okay, I'll read it. Little did I know this would be such a difficult read that like I didn't even finish it. Full disclosure, I did not finish this novel. I got to page 400 and decided that I was done. This novel is a snooze fest. It went through one, like, you know, the phrase goes through one ear out the other. That's what kept happening to me every time I tried to get through this novel. I was just like really trying to like get myself to read this book, like literally doing this to like try and get myself to like read more and more. But like what I found was that it just was not for me. It was not a great novel. I think one of my biggest issues with this book was that like there's things constantly being explained to the reader. Like every few seconds, like a character is like being told, hey, or a character is introduced, and then you get like a different backstory of them, and it moves on to something else. You get another backstory, then you get like maybe a little bit of dialogue, and then it's like another backstory. And I was just like, what the, like, I just want like a plot. And then I'm going through like more and more of the novel, and I'm like, when am I supposed to be like engaged with this? At the moment, I just feel so bored and asleep. Like, what is the hook? What am I reading this for? Why do I care about these characters? That's like another thing that I noticed while I was reading this. Is this sort of like tragedy porn, or like every few seconds the worst thing that could ever happen to a person happens to these characters, like all the time. Like these characters are living the worst lives imaginable, and like just like happening like that, and I'm just like, I need a break, like Jesus, like. And then like it will just move on to something else, and then I'm supposed to feel, I don't know, entertained or engaged to keep reading. I was just baffled. I was like, I'm so confused. When am I supposed to what am I supposed to get out of all this? And I feel bad because I feel like I'm not being specific. But like, again, like the novel is just so boring that it's like I just genuinely don't remember a lot of what happened in the first 400 pages because I'm just like falling asleep. It was like melatonin, the book. And my notes, I've got like a lot of notes. I think I'll just post like screenshots and put them in the description or something, but it's like I just keep writing stuff like 100 pages in and I still don't care what the character's up to. There's a lot of lines that are taken out and put into ones that what I mean by this is that there's a lot of lines where like it feels like it's supposed to be taken and then put into an Instagram post. Like it's just very melodramatic and like falsely inspiring. And then I guess like I didn't even remember this, but I wrote in my notes, it feels like a Paul Auster's novel, in particular Sunset Park. And Sunset Park I would like to review on this channel, because Sunset Park was a great novel. And it was sort of like the same, where it's like different characters and they all have issues and stuff. But it had that like secret sauce that made it good. Like it just had that thing that made it all come together. And there's something missing with this novel where like, there's something that it needs that that would make me care about what's going on, but I just, I can't communicate how boring this novel is. It's unfinishable to me. This is a novel that is way too long, way too bloated, way too much exposition, way too much everything. Like there's no focus. It's just very demanding the reader to meet where it just demands so much from the reader, and it's all demands that are unreasonable. And I guess in my notes I put, this is woe is me, the novel, because like everyone's just bitching about their lives, and it's like I wouldn't want to hear this if I was in a bar. Why am I reading this? It's just so boring. And you might be wondering, why am I even making this video? And I'm making it mostly because like I spent so much time reading this novel and trying to enjoy it, and I felt like I would have lost content potential. But like I just have to be honest with everyone and say like, this wasn't for me. This isn't something I would ever read again. It's not made me want to read anything else she's ever done. I'm sure maybe her other stuff's good, maybe, I don't know. This really wasn't for me. It seemed to connect with a lot of other people, and if it connected with other people, that's amazing. But for me, this is not the kind of novel I would want to read like ever again. Quick review. I'm giving this like a 2 out of 10 based on what I have read. And yeah, I'm probably never going to read this again. Wish I had more to say, but I don't. Sorry. Thank you for watching. I think my next video, I'm going to do a shorter novel so I can post a review quicker. And at some point, I want to reread The Master and the Margarita for, I can't even remember the author's name for that, but that's like one of my favorite novels. And so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, and also have a good day, and follow me on Twitter maybe at Nuggets Chewed. There's an underscore in between. And yeah, leave a comment. And I don't know, I'm sorry this review is so bad, but like I just wish I had more to say about this novel. Like it's just really wasn't for me, and I don't want to feel like this was a waste of time. So just trying to make a review that is like barely a review. I would call this an unreadable novel. Sorry. I'm probably this will probably get a lot of dislikes. If it does, well, at least people know what I'm into and know that this is not a novel for me. And that's like good to know for when you, because you need to dislike things as a critic, or else you're just a suck up, I suppose. But anyway, thank you for watching.